Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
And I'm Chris.
Today we'll be talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 1.
I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, and hype the video. When I made the promise that we was going to review Beverly Hills, it was when Garcelle was on.
Yes.
She gave us a big surprise last reunion, and basically she said, I'm out, I see y'all later, basically.
I don't feel full with none of y'all. Yeah.
But guess what? I'm a man of my word, and we are still going to review the show, and I'm going to learn a lot. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Dorit visits Bose. She gives her an Hermes blanket as a late B-Day gift. They have developed a stronger friendship over the year. Apparently, PK was caught making out with the girl on the street. In Mauricio fashion. And after that, Dorit felt like she was done with the relationship. Then she filed for divorce the same day. Their son also had a game the same day, and they did not speak at the game. So PK wants joint custody. Dorit does not because he travels too much to have joint custody. Apparently, Kyle did text Dorit to check in, but Bose and Dorit both feel that Kyle could have shown she was more in Dorit's corner.
Yeah, so here's the thing about it. I know about this storyline.
Yes.
Based off of what I've been watching, or at least when you watching the show, I at least know about this storyline and things of that nature.
Right.
Do you think he's being vindictive by saying he wants joint custody?
I feel like he is because he knows he's always traveling. He knows that Dorit has the kids all the time.
And that's almost like her personality.
Yeah. So I really don't understand why PK would file for joint custody unless he's trying to stick it to her in a way, or maybe he just wants the freedom of joint custody knowing that she will have the kids most of the time.
Yeah. And I'm like, is this even a thing of child support? Maybe, because I'm like, I don't even think child support, especially when we talk about Beverly Hills, I don't think child support is a big deal when it comes to
Dorit and PK. It might be because there's been rumors about their money being a little funny.
Oh boy.
So even though they live this lifestyle, people were concerned about the burglary. Was that an insurance scheme? A la Wendy, Eddie, Ostefo. But yeah, so I could see potentially PK not wanting to pay child support.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do feel like they're being a little bit too hard on Kyle. Kyle and Dorit haven't been good for a minute now.
Yeah.
So I think the text was appropriate. I feel like if it was any more than that, then it could have went the other direction to where Dorit was feeling like you're doing a whole lot and we haven't really talked to each other or really cleared the air, really, So
okay.
So Kyle is cooking for her two youngest, Sophia and Portia. Mo is renting a house in Beverly Hills. Sometimes Portia spends the night there, not Sophia. Farrah and Alexia arrive, and we learned that Alexia got engaged.
Okay.
Congratulations, and they are planning her wedding. Farrah was engaged, but didn't move forward with that. If you watched Mauricio's, he had like a little, not Selling Sunset, but he had his own type of like realtor show.
Yeah.
And we did get a little bit more information about Farrah and her engagement. And apparently, allegedly, the fiance was cheating on her a lot.
Wow. Everybody getting cheated on.
Yeah. So she called off that relationship, and this will be the first wedding out of the daughters.
Okay. Nice.
So Kyle breaks out her wedding pictures with Mo when he was caught kissing a girl at the valet. Sophia texted him to tone it down a bit because he's doing a whole lot in public. Kyle just wishes he was more discreet. And if they did do some flashbacks to when Mauricio was in Aspen. And if you saw the videos when it surfaced online, he was like popping champagne in the club and putting it all over the girls' bodies and all this different type of stuff. So Mauricio is living his single bachelor life, but I think it is a little bit embarrassing to the family.
Well, here's the thing about it, right? First of all, I think a lot of these women, and maybe some people in general, wouldn't mind, listen, we live this lifestyle, we're rich or whatever. Okay, you can't control yourself. Just don't embarrass me. Just don't embarrass the family. But the way, as you just described it, he popping bottles and things of that nature, it seemed like it was a means to an end anyway. It just seemed like he wanted to be free nevertheless.
Yeah, I honestly feel like in the relationship, Mauricio was just such a devoted and just pampering, catering husband. Like, I just loved how he loved on Kyle. So for some reason, I just believe that Kyle changed and no longer wanted what she wanted or had with Mauricio. But then there was like these undercurrents of maybe something or going on within the marriage, possibly cheating, but they never really like said what it was. I think out of respect for their kids, not wanting to put that out there.
I'll tell you this right now. You cheat on me, I don't care kids or not, I'm snitching.
Okay.
I'm telling the world.
So y'all, they have Rachel Zoe on this show. If you are, y'all can see how much reality TV I watch. I did used to watch the Rachel Zoe Project back in the day. So when I saw her, I didn't realize she was going to be in addition to the cast this year. So I was just like, oh, Rachel Zoe. She had an interesting, vibrant personality on her show. And she's with Kathy Hilton. Of course, she's a celebrity stylist. She has a media business as well as her own clothing line. She has a 14 and an 11-year-old.
Okay.
She's trying to look at her ex, Roger. They were married for over 20 something years, together over 30 as a friend, but it is difficult right now. They were together 18 years before they even had children, but at this point they become very different people.
Yeah, that means there was a level of disrespect that I still can't get over.
That's what I heard
because
too.
At the end of the day, like I'm different today than I was a year ago. You get what I'm saying? So there's some core value, some core respect was basically violated within the relationship to make her be like, listen, we've been together for this long, and it's even hard for me to view you as a friend. So, but I think we gonna get more to her story the more the season gets into its full swing and things of that nature.
Yeah. So Sutton and her mom Reba are gonna have Kyle and Erica over. Sutton's son James is going to college, so that's why Reba is in town to visit. So Sutton and Reba are talking a lot more. They're FaceTiming each other, y'all. I'm not going to say that it's all because of Garcelle, but I think Garcelle had a pivotal role in helping them mend their relationship. I'm not going to lie.
Talk about mother and daughter.
Yes, because as we saw last season, when Sutton asked only Garcelle and Kyle to come down to the South to meet her mom, and Sutton was really going on about how they have a fractured relationship and she needed their support to help mend it. And during the time that they were down there, Kyle was basically staying out the way, not trying to be involved in the drama, and Garcelle kind of put her neck out there to help Reba see where Sutton was coming from. And so that's why it does rub me wrong that Sutton didn't have Garcelle's back more in the reunion, because I feel like Garcelle was a true friend to Sutton, and I felt like Sutton was a convenient friend when she wanted to be.
But Sutton is known to be hot and cold, though.
That is true.
Like Sutton is like that's Sutton's personality, to where that's not Garcelle's personality. Garcelle is very, if she's for you, she's for you. You have to understand, when you decide to put your neck out for someone who is hot and cold, you getting that same treatment back, or you getting that respect back, or you getting basically, hey, look out for me, it's a gamble, right? Sutton was fine with not really being cool with her mother.
Yeah.
So what make you think that she's going to stick her neck out for Garcelle? She's used to her closest relationship being rocky.
Yeah.
So friendships means nothing. I'm not cool with my mama.
Yeah.
For real. So that's why I'm like, can we blame Sutton? I think near the end of this episode, Sutton's going to give her POV of how it all went down and how she's shocked by it. But Sutton is hot and cold. For me to expect any support from Sutton, it's a gamble. If that's how I would view it.
I think that's fair. So, y'all, Avi isn't there.
Where's Avi?
Sutton let him go. She said nothing dramatic happened. She thought they left things on good terms, but things got complicated. She doesn't feel like she needs a personal assistant at this time, and it also feels like a loss of friendship.
Yep.
And of course, we know she lost a friendship with Garcelle. Garcelle hasn't spoken to any of the ladies and has unfollowed them. Kathy arrives, and then they end up sitting outside for lunch. So that was a shock to me, because Avi really did seem, even though he was an assistant, he did put up a lot when it came to Sutton, but I felt like he actually really did care for her, and they care for each other, and they had a nice banter with each other. So I want more information.
The way that Sutton gives off to me, Sutton's a loner. Sutton is one of those people to where at the end of the day, she needs to be alone. I feel like a lot of people expect, and it doesn't mean that they're wrong to expect this. I think they expect more than what Sutton have, right? I think Sutton have only enough bandwidth to care about herself, even if she got enough bandwidth for that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We seen Sutton not really care about herself, right? So that's why when it came down to Garcelle, when I found out through the show that, Garcelle unfollowed everybody, I'm kind of like, why do you, like, I thought you and Sutton was cool in some fashion. I want to know what was the reason behind Garcelle leaving and the whole point of unfollowing everybody. Do everybody got to basically hold the weight of why you left, or you basically just like, I just want a clean slate and I don't want to remember this time in my life?
Well, the thing is, from my POV, when we were watching the reunion last year, I mean, they were kind of coming down heavy on her, like
They
she was
was.
boring, her
Yes.
life wasn't interesting, she wasn't showing enough. And it was odd because throughout the whole season, Garcelle was not the center of attention. She wasn't the punching bag of the person with the most drama. So for them to all turn on her and nobody to have her back, I feel like that tells you that none of these people are your friends. So I don't blame her for saying, you know what, I'm not cool with none of these folks.
And I don't really need the money.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So we learned that Christian Sutton's ex asked for an annulment from the Catholic Church. Now, this is odd. And the reason this is odd is because they were, of course, married for 17 years, had 3 children together. He paid spousal and child support for all these years. So why would he need an annulment from the church other than to ruffle Sutton's feathers?
Well, I don't know.
So Christian told Sutton that he thought this would make them better friends, but the letter went to Sutton Brown, which was her maiden name.
Oh, okay.
So Reba asked if that makes the children bastards.
Yes. Easy
Sutton
question.
says no, our kids are legitimate.
Oh, okay.
Kyle brings up how Dorit filed for divorce, and Erica thinks that PK will be hard on Dorit during the divorce. And apparently Dorit thinks that him kissing in public was intentional. Kyle said that PK didn't know that the picture was being taken. How would Kyle know that? I guess maybe she just figures he didn't think it would be.
People saying that PK is going to be hard on her in the divorce. He was hard on her in the marriage.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, that's usually what happens in divorce anyway. Like, eventually people want to pick their side and they feel like, you know what, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm like, so that's why I'm like, I expect Dorit to go through the peaks and valleys of basically a breakup.
And it's just odd to me that Kyle is still in a way defending PK when she didn't appreciate Mauricio being out in public doing all this different type of stuff. But PK, you know, he's innocent compared to how Mauricio was.
Of course.
It's very weird. So Reba never found PK attractive anyway.
Okay, I guess the truth coming out now. You get what I'm saying? I mean, like, since you divorcing him, you know what I mean? Okay.
So Sutton asked if Kyle still talks to PK, and Kyle says she doesn't talk to PK anymore. But I will say that this whole conversation, I get for the show's sake, we do have to talk about what's going on. But Dorit wasn't there.
Okay.
So because Dorit wasn't there and Kyle and Dorit aren't close, I found it odd that Kyle would bring up Dorit like divorcing without her being there to say her own piece. Kyle, you got enough going on to talk about yourself.
That's true.
Yeah. So Rachel is talking about how her relationship with her ex is strained. Her greatest regret is them working together. He became unrecognizable and didn't think it was right to have him around anymore. Their boys sometimes wonder why he does and acts a certain way, and he spends time with his girlfriend instead of the kids sometimes. So I think you're right. There's some type of core shift that happened within the relationship. When we saw the flashbacks, because even though I watched it, I still can't remember all the details. It was so long ago. But it seemed like she had, you know, she's the boss, and it seemed like she had some type of like power dynamic kind of over him. But it also seemed like he undercut her in some ways as well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think whenever, especially when you always hear about, you know, a divorce or some breakup, and then, you know, he got a girlfriend and things like that. And then that's taking time away from the family in the sense of like, he's not really spending time with his kids, or in some way he rather chooses the girlfriend than to be with the kids sometimes. I think that is the evidence of, to your point, a bigger issue of, I don't want nothing to do with you. That even means my kids, your kids. You get what I'm saying? like so and I think we're gonna see more, but I think especially with him doing things, popping bottles in the club, doing all these things, even PK, I think they all doing it to hurt their ex-spouses or spouses in general. I think all of it is intentional.
So Erica and Bose go out for dinner. Erica's phone was blowing up before she went on stage for her London performance, and she saw that Tom was sentenced to 7 years in prison. She saw a video of him, and she didn't recognize him as the man that she married. He was just very frail and didn't look well. Bose heard rumors that Erica hooked up with someone younger, apparently another Bravo star, and Erica says she flirted flirted with someone, the rest doesn't need to be shared. Erica fills Bose in on the meetup with Sutton, and Bose can't trust somebody like Sutton.
Why?
You're going off one minute, you're quiet at the reunion, your friendships are falling apart, like you're all over the place essentially. Erica says that she doesn't have many friends in the group right now, so Sutton needs to show herself as a good friend. Bose says, will the real Slim Sutton still stand up? And Erica says, or you mean box? Because I guess Sutton is box shape.
Yeah.
Erica got a lot of room to talk.
She got, in my eyes, no room to talk.
Yeah.
But Bo says you can't trust a person like Sutton. That goes back to my point about hot and cold.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Would I be friends with someone like Sutton? Yes, but I would not expect much from her.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because you don't value close relationships, because I look at the relationship you have with your mama. You get what I'm saying? Even though you are, she is rich because, she be getting child support and she get annulment and things like that from her ex and things of that nature. It's like, yeah, I need to see some type of evidence of you having a close relationship, long standing, and y'all in good standing. Now, both, some people believe, you get what I'm saying, that, hey, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You get what I'm saying? People feel like, hey, Bose, you and Garcelle are the only black women on this show. In some ways, the same way as you are accusing Sutton, and I understand this. I understand context is everything. I understand that Sutton been there longer, and the relationship that Sutton had with Garcelle, there's been more foundational building than Garcelle would have with Bose. But at the same time, I would expect, as a casual watcher of the show, how come Bose didn't really speak up for Garcelle? Or basically not even speak up, but kind of get the girls up off her a little bit. You get what I'm saying?
Remember that scene where, I think it was in one of the after shows, where Erica and Bose were asked how do they feel about Garcelle leaving, and Erica was like, won't he do it? And then Bose was over there like kiki kakai.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
that
it's
that was off-putting. You get what I'm saying? Because won't he do it, and the hee ha ha and the kiki and
like
things.
Garcelle did something to y'all.
First of all, like, Bose, that's amongst us. That's our community. You get what I'm saying? But it just seems like y'all making it seem like there's more to the story without actually saying what it is, right? Y'all basically making it seem like the reason why Garcelle left is not for the reason that Garcelle said she left. And that there's really some like undermining like reason why she's like, you know what, y'all don't really know, and actually something that's sticking for it. It's like, no, well, Bose, I was expecting you to at least get the girls up off her, but I understand now you are the it girl on the show. You know what I'm saying? Kyle
and Sutton FaceTime before Kyle's event. Sutton isn't holding on to anything. She will be fine with seeing Dorit, and of course we know Dorit and Sutton was getting into it last season.
Yeah, and even with what I said last segment, that doesn't mean that I'm completely off of Bose though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I would want out of her, or what I wanted out of her last season. I'm still giving her a clean slate and giving her a chance to show up however she wants this season.
So Bose and Keely have been together for 1.5 years. She's ready to move in together and be engaged. She brings her daughter, mom, and Keely to the event.
Okay.
Yeah. Bose and Kyle are open to kind of starting on a fresh slate, getting to know each other better this year. Now, the ladies sit and talk, and Bose is asking for updates about Sutton's life. Sutton doesn't know why things ended with Garcelle. Last time she saw Garcelle is when she walked out on everyone at the reunion.
Yeah.
Sutton texted Garcelle over and over again and didn't get a response back. And Sutton doesn't think that it was more of an alliance than a friendship. She feels like it was a true friendship.
Yeah.
Bose felt that Garcelle was up with her because she didn't have her back, and she doesn't know why she would think she would have her back or be upset about that. And Kyle says that Sutton was different when she was around Garcelle than when she's with Kyle alone, and she just wants Sutton to be consistent in being herself.
What does that mean?
And this is like where I want to add to the fact that Bose, if you just don't get it, you just don't get it. I think there is such thing as being a girl's girl, and I think there is also a thing of being a black girl's girl.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes you can peep those that are and those that aren't. But even if we don't know each other or we aren't necessarily close or cool, I'm not going to be part of a pile on, and I'm also going to, more than likely try to see where you're coming from if you're not outright being difficult or disrespectful. And for Bose to say that she doesn't know why Garcelle, would be upset with her for not having her back, or she doesn't get it, or whatever the case may be, then I guess those that get it, and those that don't. And I think that Bose gets it, but I think that she's happy with her position, and some people like being the only one. And I would hate to say that because I don't know if that's exactly how she feels, but it looks like to be how she's moving. So
is it fair for Garcelle to be upset at Bose of saying like, hey, you didn't have my back. Because
mm-hmm.
for Bose to be kind of new, you get what I'm saying? For her to kind of be, Garcelle is kind of the vet. She's the OG and things of that nature, right? For the OG to expect kind of like the newcomer to have a back, even though, sister from another mister.
Yeah.
Is it fair for Garcelle to be upset at Bose when Bose like, I'm still trying to get my own footing. I got nothing to do with that. I don't know why you mad at me.
If we want to talk about fair, then maybe not to the masses, but to those who ascribe to the code, then it is fair.
Yeah.
Especially if we have a good rapport. We don't have to be best friends, but if we have a good rapport, I'm going to lean to your side if you're not out here wilding. And Garcelle was not out here wilding.
No.
So
I think for me, both can feel what she feel in the sense of, hey, I don't know why you mad at me for not having your back. I don't know why you mad at me. It just, I don't like how she's adding to the conversation that's already being had by these women that piled on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, both can feel that way and even think that.
But you don't have to.
You don't have to say it out loud and kind of add to the noise, even though you're not the producer of the noise. But adding to the noise, that's how you get lumped in, and that's how you get unfollowed with everybody else, right? I think the only one that actually have a reason to feel some type of way, because Bose, you really have no reason to feel no type of way, to be honest. The only one who got the right to feel some type of way is Sutton.
Yeah.
If Sutton did everything that Sutton said she did, she said, I texted her, she didn't text me back. I haven't heard from her. The last time I saw her was at the reunion, right? And their relationship is rocky. I can see Sutton being like, I don't know why she's mad at me, because there actually been evidence of them being close or closer than everybody else. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, if Sutton was to say, I get it. Bose, it just feels like you adding to the noise and really have no type of, like, you really have no dog in the fight. Like, you know what I mean?
So, and then when it comes to Kyle saying Sutton was different, around whoever, Sutton's different. Yeah, Sutton's a chameleon.
Yeah, she's hot and cold. Like, who knows?
So Rachel and Kathy arrive. Bose was apparently on Rachel's podcast, and they really hit it off, so they have a good rapport.
Okay.
Kathy pulls out a pair of jeans to show the women some jeans she's going to give Kyle. I feel like Kathy, she just kind of throws these red herrings in there because we do like to see some funny, quirky things that Kathy does. But, yeah, I think that Kathy does this stuff on purpose now.
Okay.
So Rachel talks about how she left her relationship a year ago and kids want happy parents even if they're not together.
Okay.
Bose said that Dorit felt strongly about the kids not knowing anything, and she asked where Dorit is at with it now. And she says they both know. Well, Jagger has known. And Kyle asked, did you sit the kids down and actually tell them that you were having a divorce?
Good question.
The answer is no.
And I don't understand that. I really don't understand why they just won't be like forthright about like things going on in house.
And she talks about she's having a hard time with Jagger. He made a couple of comments saying he knows they're not together, and she asked him how he felt, but he brushed things off. And Sutton tells her, you do have to find time to tell them. You can't wait till they're 35 to tell them. So I am in total agreement with you. I think that at the point that you figure that they know, then I feel like you should be the one to break the news to them instead of them figuring it out. But if you're at that point where they're pretty much knowing, I think that is the time to really sit down and have the conversation. It's not about, oh, he's brushing me off or whatever the case may be. Get them kids into counseling because they need to speak and they need to flesh out their feelings so that we make sure that they're okay.
But my thing is, when you are, don't be mad that he's brushing the feelings off now and things like that, or brushing you off, because you wanted to keep up a facade and not have the conversation up front.
Right. And
now, since y'all want to be playing house and playing as if everything is cool, and now that it's all out in the open, and he's the last to really, like, to get confirmation. You get what I'm saying? Because it's one thing if you let the family know, or you sit the children down and be like, this is the status of mom and dad's relationship. It ain't looking good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you get to see signs of it, and then on top of that, everybody's not talking about it, it does make you feel like, you know what? Since nobody want to live in reality, I ain't got to live here either. I'm just going to brush whatever you want to talk about. And even still, she's not being forthright about it, you know?
So Kathy asked if it bothers Dorit that PK is running around town with girls. And Dorit says that she saw Mo PK saw Mo and did the same thing that Mo was doing. Rachel said that someone tried to set her up with Mo in Aspen, and you just don't want to be with a narcissist. If it didn't happen now, it would happen in 5 years. Dorit asked how does it feel to see pictures of Mo, and Kyle said that she was shocked at first, but not anymore.
Makes sense.
So Rachel asked if she's dating. Kyle is not. She's single, chilling at home. And Rachel tells her to at least go out 3 times a week. You need to get out the house, let your hair down. Dorit wants to go too, so they can have a hot girl summer.
So this season is going to be about the new divorcees and stuff like that, the breakups and all this stuff, while they men out here with their new girlfriends popping bottles and things of that nature.
Yeah, the lack of vulnerability with Kyle is weird because it's so much that we see that she just doesn't want to explain.
Yeah.
So I doubt that's going to change this season, but I'm curious to see what we're going to see that Kyle will just not explain to us.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. That's it. Y'all be good.
Bye.